Paul Doswell, 2-1 victory over Bath City this afternoon. How do you reflect on that?
Yeah, delighted with the win. Perhaps got the luck today that we didn't get last week. We thoroughly deserved to win it against Slough last week. Referee intervened on 70. I thought today Bath were a very good side actually, and I thought we were lucky to get the win in many regards. I thought they created 6 or 7 good chances from good play, and if I was their manager, I'd be disappointed I didn't get something out of the game and probably win the game. So we've probably been due at home a little bit of fortune. I think we got that today because we only played for really half an hour of the game, and we played from sort of 60 minutes through to 90. We looked a threat. They struggled to cope with us for that half an hour, very intense. But before that, it was difficult, and I thought their 4 was a fantastic little player. I thought their 6 artists controlled the game in many regards. But big change of direction after 60. We went 3 at the back. I thought we got the width from Tarbuck and from Straker, and obviously bringing Alfie on alongside Joan, and with Ked just popping into the number 10 role, it changed the game, I thought. And in the end, I think if Keds had scored that in 3-1, that would have been a great way to finish, but would have been harsh on them.
How much resolve did the side show to really grind that result out in the end? Because it was a very tough performance in very, very tough conditions.
Yeah, tough conditions again, but same for both sides. I don't think we can use the pitch one way or the other, because Bath certainly played some good football on it in the first half. It's certainly easier going down the slope on that pitch than it is going up. And I think that showed in the first half. But Bairdy again got into him at half time. We haven't had to do it too many times, but I think this was the second or third occasion that he's had to fire into him a bit. He makes his point very succinctly, and very blunt at times. But I think again, the reaction was more to the change after 60 minutes. I think it was. I'm not sure exactly when Alfie came on, whether it's 55 or 60, but I think 55 for 10 minutes of the second half, we didn't look a lot different. So big change. Definitely swung the game back in our favour. And like I said, you go home and reflect on it and think, we probably had a good day at the office as well as the players there.
3 in a row now for the Hawks. And momentum's really, really starting to build now after recent results.
Yeah, it'd been 4 if the result had counted last week, and then you start thinking, can we get to 5s and 6s? When you start winning 5 in a row, then you go, and you've got momentum. 3 in a row. It's okay. It's part of it's the start of a run. We've got some tough games coming up. Obviously, Billericay away, Dulwich away. And I'll say one thing, I said to Bairdy coming off the pitch, this is a good league. It's miles better than I remember it. And, you saw a very good Bath team here today. And I think it's right that we give them a lot of credit as well. And as much as their manager will be disappointed, it's always easy when you've won a game to turn around and say how great the opposition were. But, I thought they were a real credit to the team and to the manager, and also their supporters who came down.
As a contest, from my perspective, it's one of the best games I've seen for a long time. Both teams were at it, and I think the fans that got in today, nearly 1,500 of them certainly got their admission monies full.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere. When we really start pumping the gas here, and the fans respond to what you give them on the pitch. And I think as soon as Alfie's equaliser get in, they raise the volume up, and when the second one in from Keds, it's a really good atmosphere that gets going once we give them something to get going about. And I think that they'll go home tonight, like you said. What was it, £4 if you bought a season ticket? It's unbelievable value, and you can't odds that. So we're building something. We said that to get 1,500 here again on a pretty grim November Saturday day is we are going there, and my hope is that if we can keep going and we keep getting a chance to win that title, then there'll be 2,000 in here come sort of March and April.
And of course, moving on to next week, onwards upwards, it's the FA Trophy next week, so a little bit of a break from the league.
Yeah, and it's another week closer to getting Benny back and Wes Fogden back and Ryan Seeger back again. We've been struggling for numbers a bit, but it'll be good to get Wes and Benny back closer. They're probably going to be there or thereabouts for the Billericay game or the one after Billericay. And like I said, I think, you're right, the players deserve a lot of credit for the fact that we've coped without Deacon. We've coped without Kedwell for 14 weeks, coped without Alfie Rutherford for nearly 10 weeks. And we haven't mentioned that enough probably. It's a brand new set of players that have been put together, but we've experienced 5 long-term injuries. Wes now has been out for 10 weeks. If you actually chart Wes, I thought he was fantastic for me at the start of the season. We've not had him for 10 weeks. So when you go Wes Fogden, Rory Deacon, Danny Kedwell and Alfie Rutherford, that's 4 big players to be missing for long periods of the season. And, I think you said we're third now?
Third in the league,
So we're third without really, I don't think there's not once yet that I would put out the 11 that I would think in my own head going to bed would be playing in the FA Cup final for us. So great respect. I think Bradley Tarbuck, you know, was coming back from a 9-month out, you know, so we had to gently bring him in. I think again today, you know, Tarbs is getting better and better and better, and the more games he plays, then he gives us a great option. But you know, I think we got away with one today, and I'm happy to say that. I'm very honest about, you know, I'm not just one of these managers that if you win we're great and if we lose we're rubbish. I think that we've played better than this today and not won. Welling and Chelmsford spring to mind. I think we're up against good opposition, and like you said, what I do know is that it was a top quality game of football on a very, very difficult surface, and for that I think everyone should go home and, you know, have their weekend and be happy with it.
Paul, thank you very much, and we'll speak to you again in the week.
Cheers, Henry.